Joining me now is Mandy. Thank you so much. I know this is a busy time for you out at CattleCon, but let's dive right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in the industry.
Sure. So my name's Mandy, and I'm from Ohio. My husband and I and our family live on a registered Angus seed stock operation. We also have a row crop farm, but my full-time job is at Certified Angus Beef, and what I do there is I serve as our beef community educator. So a lot of my role is doing a lot of education and advocacy for our brand partners, just to make them feel comfortable and confident about how beef cattle are raised.
Taking us back a little bit, did you grow up in this industry, and what made you stay involved if you did, and kind of talk about that experience?
Sure. So I have a little bit of a unique story here. I did not grow up on a farm or ranch. I got my start in 4-H and FFA, and that actually led me to go to college to be an ag teacher. So I taught high school ag and was an FFA advisor for about 10 years. And I just had this passion and fell in love with the industry. And when my husband and I got married, it just kind of, one door opened to the next, and here I am. So I fell in love with the industry and just knew I had to kind of find my way, and that's what led me to a Certified Angus Beef and this job today.
They say when you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. But in this industry, it's a lot of hard work. And so you are working every day, day in and day out. Go into that a little bit and kind of why you are so passionate about this industry and the role that you play in it.
So, it's hard when you live on a farm to separate sometimes work from personal things, and especially in my role, the two just, marry so well together. But, my first job is a mom. I'm a mom to 3. We have 3 kids that are 12, 10, and 6. And, it's a really cool opportunity to be able to raise them, but be an advocate. In my role, I do so much of the education and advocacy. So, the two just blend together because I get to bring people to our farm, show them what we do. The kids get to be a part of it, but it's just awesome to show that family story and how families are involved in raising beef cattle.
I think that is an important thing too, because we talk about the role that women play, and you just mentioned right now your first job is being a mom, and that's very important to you. What's that like for you to be raising the next generation that hopefully will kind of carry this on and be a part of the industry as well?
It's awesome. I mean, it's such a blessing. We're so lucky. We live on the farm where my husband's grandparents lived, and they bought the farm in 1956. And it's just such a blessing for us to have the kids. And, there's really no better place to raise kids than on a farm.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I was raised on a farm, and I'm so appreciative of those memories and all the things I took away from that and have learned over the years by being surrounded by people that were either raised on a farm or now working on a farm or own a farm. Switching gears a little bit, let's talk about the beef industry. There's been a lot of changes over the years, as there always is. I would like to say since maybe 2020, consumers want to know more about their beef. They want to know where it comes from, how it comes from there, right? Talk about that in your role with educating people and just knowing about their beef.
Yeah. Our goal is just to open up the gates and, welcome people to the farm. We want to make them feel comfortable about where their beef comes from. So, we just emphasize the point. We care about these cattle. Yep. We prioritize them. Sometimes maybe we put them before the kids. The kids don't open presents on Christmas morning until after the chores are done, as all farm and ranch kids know. But it's just telling those stories and really just kind of relating with people. We're people raising a family just like a lot of other people, but, we do it differently, and our setting is different than most others. But, we tell them there's no dumb questions, ask anything you want, and, just kind of making them relate to us, but then feel confident in what we do. So, we focus on animal care and animal welfare, and beef quality assurance is a big part of that. Yep. And so when we can weave all of those things into the story, hopefully by the time they leave, they just feel really comfortable and confident eating beef.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, you wear many different hats. Like we said, you're a mom, but you are a rancher, and then you are an advocate for the industry and educating people on their food source. If anyone's watching at home and they want to know, man, I want a seat at the table just like she has one, and the many hats that she wears, what advice or encouraging words would you give them?
Oh, that's a hard one. It's hard to find time. You're a mom, you're a wife, you're an employee somewhere, and so you're trying to juggle all these things, but you just have to take the time to do it. I remember when I first started doing this advocacy and education journey, my husband looked at me and said, Mandy, do people really want to know what we do? Are there that many people that care about this? And the answer is yes. People want to know where their food comes from, how it's raised. They want to meet the people behind it. And so we just have to take the time to tell our story. And, you know, I know the list is never ending of things that need done in kids' activities, but you just have to make the time to do it. You have to prioritize it, and somehow it all works out.
And it does. Well, thank you so much for the role that you play in our industry and being such a wonderful advocate. And thank you for joining us here at
Thank you.
RFD-TV.